right, one second. Where the hell is my audio? All right, 1 minute. I gotta lower my audio, people. All right, everybody, welcome to Foo Gaming Live. You're watching Foo Gaming Live on the Real Foo TV. Subscribe. It's really quite amazing. It really is. It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all, people. All right, before we get into playing The Suffering, I actually tried to play it a few weeks ago on PC, and I was suffering because the game just kept locking up. I put it on a couple of times. I put it on 2 different times, and it locked. So, not going to suffer through that. I'm actually going to be playing the game on the Xbox Series X using the dev mode. It's a really great mode, people, there. It's a really great system. All right? It's hated on a lot, as we've seen for, I don't know, years now. It's probably one of the best consoles on the market, the Series X. People would say, no, that's stupid. It's obviously PlayStation 5. Why would it be PS5? Why? Because what? I mean, what makes the PS5 so good, people? I just don't know. But, I mean, it's not a terrible system. I do have one. But here's some of the amazing hot takes we have all over the internet now coming out after the reveal of Halo coming to the PlayStation. It's not just coming to the PlayStation, it's going everywhere, just like all of Sony's other games. And guess what? Not Sony. I meant Xbox. Xbox titles are going everywhere. And soon, you're going to see Sony do the same thing. They've already started doing it with, they're releasing titles on the PC. That's happening. Right now, I bought the Xbox Ally X a few weeks ago, Ally X, and I'm playing PlayStation games on there, and that is an Xbox device. Now, people don't want to believe that, but that's exactly what it is. And so you see here, people, it's all the crying. Oh my God, Halo's on everything. Oh man, everybody can play these games now. That's so sad, right? We want to just keep them on one system. Why? People getting too into that little console war shit a little too much. But it doesn't matter anyway because the console war is over. Starting in the next generation, the Xbox is going to blur the lines completely. There's not going to really be as long as Sony puts their games on the PC, you're going to get their games on your Xbox. If you're going to buy the next Xbox that comes out, which I'm going to be buying, because it's probably going to be one of the best ones. It plays not only console games, but PC games. And from what I hear, it's going to be extremely powerful. And it's going to be extremely flexible, unlike the next PlayStation, which is simply just another console. Okay? This new Xbox most likely is going to allow you to plug in PC cards, just like the Ally X. So there's no need for some mid-cycle refresh. That's what Sony's going to do to you. But the Xbox isn't. This is, I think, one of the reasons why they're making that Windows. It's a Windows. It runs on Windows, the new console. So there's a lot of things they can do with that. One of the things is you can play games from all different time periods, right? Different eras of gaming, from the 80s all the way up to current day. And then you can play all those PC games. So all those games that you're playing backwards compatible from the PS4 to your PS5 Pro, that run at 30 frames at 1080p, they're all going to be running at 100 plus frames on the new Xbox. I mean, it's already happening right now on the Ally X. Like, you could play Doom 2016 on your PS5 Pro, and it looks like a PS4 game. Why? The reason why is because they didn't update any of it. It's not like a PC where you can just bring up all the settings. On the Ally X, it plays at max settings at over 120 frames on the Ally X, okay? And also, if you could plug a GPU into the next Xbox, then Sony's majorly fucked if they come out with a mid-cycle refresh, because I could just go and plug a 5090 into the thing. By the time these new consoles come out and they're towards their mid-cycle refresh, those cards are going to be dirt cheap at that point. It's like, let's say, like 2-3 years from now. You're going to be able to plug a 4090, 3080, whatever into that new console, and it's gonna look really good. It's going to add more power to the system you already own. So that's the end of the whole mid-cycle refresh. But I think it's just going to be great because it's going to shake up the market, and I think it's going to blur the lines of consoles. We might be seeing the end of consoles as we know them, right? They're going to be hybrid consoles. And I think the Xboxes, the people who run the Xbox division are fine with that, and they're trying to disrupt the market. They're trying to bring the end to the closed box. And Sony's going to have to catch up. And this ain't going to be good for them because, keep in mind, Sony does not have an operating system, okay? The Xbox, Microsoft does. They have Windows, one of the most popular operating systems in the world. And if Sony decides, oh, we're not going to use Windows, we're going to use Linux, they're going to be majorly fucked because the compatibility issues are going to be wide. There's going to be a lot of them. All right? And if they decide, oh, we don't want Xbox to have our games, so we're going to remove all of our titles from Steam and all these other different storefronts, and we're not going to run it on Linux. All right? They could do that, but it doesn't matter because what I would think is they would just release an emulator for the the new consoles from the Xbox that would run Linux. Okay. All right, so we're gonna see some of these overly negative videos that have come out over the last few days, and then we're gonna play a little of the suffering.
Enter the Speediance.
Oh, there's an advertisement.
An all-in-one home gym solution that aims.
All right, we're gonna wait for this ad to end. 1 second. My stupid ass monitor just keeps turning on and off. I don't know what causes that. It's like it happens from time to time. I have these monitors and they just blink on and off. Hopefully my GPU's not messed up. Knock on wood. All right, let's listen to some of the overly positive stuff.
Halo King.
As always, anybody who likes the Xbox or Halo or any of this shit, they got to hear negativity all day, every day. Let's analyze some of these great hot takes.
Campaign evolved. Reactions, I'd say, among at least hardcore Halo fans were somewhat mixed, and I'll admit, as you saw in my first impressions video, I definitely came away from the gameplay footage with some feelings of disappointment. Today, I want to put together a hopefully...
A lot of Halo fans are always disappointed. That is another thing. They're a lot like the Sony fans who pretend to hate the Xbox and they don't even know why. They just dislike it because they just dislike it. And Halo fans, oh my god, Halo 4, you can sprint, it sucks. It's like, I thought Halo 4 was one of the best playing Halos around. Extremely underrated Halo game. I thought it was really good. I thought it was actually better than Halo 3.
Constructive video on what I feel like the remake is getting wrong. And listen, Halo Campaign Evolved does not have a set release date. We know it's coming out in 2026. So my hope is that my video and just fan feedback generally can be used to hopefully push the game in a good direction.
These guys don't even know anything about the game, but they already want to give feedback. It's like, this shit is just stupid. This is what I call the mindless rage culture. We want to change it. We hate it. It's like, you barely saw anything, bro. You saw almost nothing.
I do also want to provide some context to those who don't understand why many Halo fans do have complaints. People see us talking about the material of Forerunner structures and they wonder why it really matters. Hopefully, with this video, you also can see my point of view. I do think I have a somewhat different philosophy than a lot of people. Personally, it's not change for change's sake, which really bothers me. If something is different, I'm not necessarily against it, and one example is the Needler. A lot of people really hate the fact that it's got this ammo counter, and I admit, it seems redundant with the visible needles. However, the Needler having or not having an ammo counter doesn't really change how I feel about the game or how the game makes me feel. Another example, Threshold has changed its position. That's the big gas giant. It used to be behind the player, now it's in front of them as they rush up the beach. That's a change, but one that doesn't necessarily bother me. I do like some of the vistas in the original game as you go around that first turn, but it's a relatively small loss, so it's whatever. I do actually want to start this video talking about Forerunner architecture because I think it's a really good example of how little things can add up in a major way to change how a game...
So these people are complaining about the architecture. This is what it is. What about the gameplay? I think the gameplay is the most important. I don't see any problem with the architecture here, people. And look, if they want to change it, they can. They can make the architecture all red or turn it into wood. Who cares? This is what people complain about in a game. The architecture. The architecture just doesn't look right.
It feels. 343, now Halo Studios, has really struggled with Forerunner architecture, completely missing the points through Halos 4 and 5, improving somewhat in Halo Infinite. We've unfortunately taken a step back for Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, which is unfortunate because Forerunner architecture plays such a major role. It has unfortunately been reduced largely to shiny sci-fi metal, and The Silent
Okay.
Cartographer itself actually provides a really good illustration of why that matters. And I'm not
Okay,
talking
why does it
about
matter?
that initial brutalist structure you passed, or even the
it's
hatch,
metal.
which has gotten a lot of talk. We will come back to those. I want to discuss the entrance to the Cartographer itself. Going
right.
in this place for the first time is really strange. I'm just going to play some footage from Halo Combat Evolved without speaking.
All right, it looks like stone. And actually, I think it's supposed to be metal. Okay, it's flat with no
Notice something
shaders.
The entrance to the Silent Cartographer.
It has no shaders, and I think actually this new Halo is more similar to the old graphics because it now has all the shadows and the dark. It's dark again. In the previous remaster, it was very light. It was the areas were like draped. You know, they were washed out. They had lots of lights in them, which is not what the original Halo looks like. They looked more like you see here. It's like a tomb, right? It's like like something maybe like built by the Egyptians or something, and it's kind of non-lived in. It's like the lights are out, you know.
It's clearly
And it's lit. It looks like it's lit mostly by sunlight.
not just an installation. Rather, it's part installation, but also part cathedral. A lot of people
Oh,
these walls are stone or concrete.
it's part cathedral. What these guys don't know is that the makers of Halo like kind of just pieced this stuff together with not much thought. They just wanted it to look kind of complicated. They didn't think much about it. I don't think they were trying to make it look like a cathedral.
Or sci-fi metal.
Also, this shit looks identical to the stuff you see in like Halo Infinite, and this new one looks no different. They've just changed the materials. That's it. They made it look more like metal, which I think is what it was always supposed to be.
Doesn't really matter, but they're utilitarian, they're smooth, except when they're adorned by these strange carvings. And
He doesn't notice that they have like a slightly like a shine to them. The thing is that the technology of the time could not do what these guys wanted. I'm pretty sure there's concept drawings and a lot of writings that describe what these things look like, and I think they're supposed to be metal. And that's why later on they made them look exactly like that. The only thing is now the quality of game graphics has gone up. So now we can create objects that look metal. Like look at the gun there. That gun's supposed to be made of metal, but yet it looks like the walls, which look almost like stone. But it's supposed to be metal. It's not supposed to be a gun made of stone, okay?
effect of those carvings
Why don't the new graphics look like the Xbox One from 23 years ago? Or 22 or whenever. It came out over 20 years ago.
with Marty McDonald's music as the structure disappears into the ground is really strange, and part of why Halo Combat Evolved is so special. The Forerunners are just so weird and unknowable, partially because they have these strange, brutalist, cathedral-like structures accompanied by essentially nonsense geometry.
All right, so at least he called out the geometry. It's nonsense geometry, which is exactly what the developers said at the time. All right, so we're going to look at some more of these videos. I'm going to go back. All I had to do, people, all I had to do was type in Halo, and all you see is negative video after negative video. And as it always is with the Xbox, it's all effing negative. All right, the Halo remake is here. My honest thoughts. Let me guess, it's all negative. Okay, give me 1 second. More of this awesomeness. Look at this. Another guy. This is why I don't watch game journalism, and I don't really watch these shitty YouTubers. But they all get monetized, unlike our amazing channel, which they want a lot to happen for some odd reason. They said that there's not enough commentary, which I find kind of odd because I come up on here and I talk for like literal hours, me and Bob. But whatever. 1 second. All right, so we're gonna watch this other guy here. Look at this great content here. RIP Xbox. That's so original, right, guys? You haven't seen that one before. You just see it all over the internet. These scumbags constantly hoping and praying for the downfall of this company. And if you ask them, why do you want this company to die so bad? They'd say because DRM. Yeah, but Sony does DRM. You bought a PS5, right? Yeah. All right. Look at this. UE5 slop. The Halo Combat Evolved remake pisses me off. People, all I wrote was Halo. You see the search right there? I just wrote the word Halo. Let's see just a little bit of these two things. I'm going to be done with this. We'll play a little Suffering. I'm going to get out of here.
Halo, the franchise that built...
It's on the Xbox. It sucks. I hate it. I'm 48 years old. I'm making a video, and I hate this game.
Xbox is officially coming to PlayStation 5. Hell has frozen over.
Oh my God, it froze over. Where Sonic the Hedgehog and a bunch of other games came to the rival consoles, okay? These guys are ending the console war. And I'm telling you, it's gonna end. Because if the other guys don't follow, they're gonna be in a world of shit.
Right, guys. The face of Xbox, the symbol of Team Green.
I think one of the things the Xbox division is trying to do is they're trying to blur the lines between console and PC because they want to drive in PC gamers. They want to bring them in because those people buy PCs. They're not buying consoles, and there's more of those people than there are people that buy consoles. So if they can get the general public to buy this thing, people really look. I'll tell you this shit is genius. It really is. Because believe it or not, people who don't play games buy PCs. They do it all the time. A lot of people need to work, right? They need to use these computers to do their work. So if you get those people to buy these PCs, right, or these Xboxes, and they have it's a hybrid console, then they can both do work on these things and play games. It's a double whammy, right, for parents, where they can do their work on their computer and they also have a game system for their kids or for themselves. So this might, in a lot of ways, drive in more gamers, right? Because now they have a very capable gaming console mixed with their PC. Okay?
Is now going blue, and I never thought in my lifetime we would ever see this. I consider the console wars over.
Yeah, they are.
Console wars are official.
They've been over. In the Xbox's book, they've been over because they've been saying for a while now, they've been saying this is an Xbox and that's an Xbox and this is an Xbox. People didn't catch on. They didn't catch on. They're saying Xbox is everywhere. And they literally, that's one of their slogans, Xbox everywhere.
Over, guys. What's even crazier is that it's not just a port. It's a full Unreal Engine 5 remake of the original Halo Combat Evolved. But there's a couple twists here, guys. It's single player only. There's no multiplayer. There's no battle rifle duels. There's no Slayer. It's just the campaign. So I guess that has...
Well, there is multiplayer. There's couch co-op, and there's 4-player online multiplayer. Where basically co-op, 4-player co-op over the internet. But don't think for a second, people, they're not bringing over the Halo Online. They're going to do that. There's no doubt about it. But it's funny that people are complaining about the online. It's like none of you people were complaining when Sony ripped the online out of both Last of Us and Uncharted. Where did that arguing go? These guys were all apologists. But when these guys do it, now they're angry. But again, they left in the multiplayer. They left in co-op and couch co-op, which is really cool, right? Because that's how Halo started. Halo didn't start with online. They started with local play, system link. And playing with the people right near you. They're going to be putting the 4-player co-op in there. And that's cool. So they're making it about the single player. This is why it's called Campaign Evolved, right? It's revolving around the campaign. And they're introducing it for the first time to the PlayStation community.
It's torn a little bit. Some people were excited. Some people were...
I mean, that looks great. Look how crazy that combat looks. There's just enemies everywhere. Good graphic, very good graphics.
Everything that we've been seeing in regards to Xbox the last few weeks or so is pointing to them slowly pointing out of exclusives. In fact, the other day, Sarah Bond said...
Slowly pulling out. They've been accelerating and pulling out of exclusives. Almost every game they've put out, their first party, over the last 3 years, has gone to everything. And their game's been going to the PC, people, for years now. We're talking about going all the way back to the 360. Now, they did it more on the Xbox One, and then they did even more of it on the Series consoles. This is not a shock. They've been saying it, Xbox everywhere, right? These guys just don't get it. Oh my God, Xbox is everywhere now? This is a shock. They've just been putting it in advertisement after advertisement, and they just don't get it in their stupid head. They don't want to be stuck in one box.
Exclusives are antiquated.
Which is kind of funny, people, right? Because it's literally called the Xbox. We don't want to be in a box. But you call yourselves Xbox. Yeah, but we want to be Xboxes. Okay.
Raising the prices of Game Pass. They're raising the prices of their consoles. Stores are slowly but surely removing product from their shelves. I don't know what.
Again, here's some more negativity. These guys just pulling all this stuff straight out their ass. I go to Walmart. All the Xboxes are there. No one's pulling merchandise off the shelves. I don't know where they got this bullshit from. They got some closing down sale from some random game store and said, Xbox is done. They're done. They're not going to stock the shelves anymore with any titles or consoles. Even though I go to all these different game stores and there's Xbox there always. They hear one story about a store that's liquidating and now the Xbox is dead somehow. It's like, bro, they've sold more consoles of this Xbox than Nintendo sold GameCubes. Like way more, millions more. And just Minecraft alone has sold over 300 million units. All right. Call of Duty's doing everything's doing well. All the Call of Duty alone, people is raking in billions of dollars for these guys. But they're done. They're done. They spent $70 billion on an acquisition of what's it called? Activision, but they're done in the market. They're broke. Yeah, $4 trillion in the bank. Yeah, they're broke. Sony's got what, 200 billion in the bank next to a company that has 4 trillion. And now they're moving Windows to a small box that you could put right in your living room, right? What do you think is going to happen, people, when they advertise this thing as being a hybrid console, a PC and a game console combined? People are going to say, oh, well, I don't have to buy a new PC. I don't have to buy a new gaming PC. I'll just buy an Xbox. That's what they'll say. But then Sony will be like, hey, bro, we have games. Yeah, but I can play your games on my Xbox. Uncharted, God of War, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima. All their games, all of Sony's games are on PC. You got Until Dawn. The only thing you don't have is what? Dead-ass Killzone? But you can emulate Killzone on a PC, right? I can emulate Killzone right now on my ROG Ally, okay? So you can play Sony stuff on that new Xbox.
Xbox is doing. I have no clue. Before we dive into more about this Halo story, let's talk about why this even exists. Why this timeline where Halo is going to PlayStation even exists, guys. In a nutshell, Microsoft is desperate to make Xbox profitable again. Internal reports are saying that leadership told their studios to make money anywhere you can. Meaning,
I don't even know where they get this from. Make Xbox profitable. It is profitable, buddy. They have very big IPs and licenses. They're gonna make their money. They know this. I don't know where this rumor came from that these people are saying this. Xbox makes them a lot of money. They've made billions of dollars. They recently reported that I think it was like in the first quarter, they made over $5 billion. Okay? They are profitable. And then you want to go by going outside of gaming. They just released the Minecraft movie and it made over $1 billion in the box office. $1 billion. Okay? You want to know how much Ratchet and Clank made in the theater, that movie? I heard somewhere around $12 million. $12 million versus $1 billion. Yeah. That's just one IP that these guys own. And they're going to make a sequel to that movie. So their IPs are very, very popular. Again, they own Minecraft, dude. They own Minecraft. They own Call of Duty. Just those two alone will bring them billions and billions and billions of dollars. And if these guys want to become aggressive, I said it before, they could take all these titles and bring them in-house. And then Sony is majorly fucked. Because while all those people are playing Last of Us Part 3, where they play a transsexual woman of color, the Xbox will have Call of Duty, Halo, and all these other titles. And so you guys could be playing God of War 5 or God of War 18, where it's like, boy, you become a woman, huh, boy. That'll probably be the new script that Sony will write. They'll give you the next God of War game, give it to Neil Cuckman, as they call him, right? Kratos is going to come out. He's going to say, I identify as a boy. As a woman, I'm a woman. I'm Kratos. I'm a woman.
Sells better on PlayStation. Put it there, and of course, it's gonna sell better on PlayStation. There's more PlayStation user base out there than there is Xbox.
Yeah, because they all got brainwashed by the gaming media. That was probably, in some ways, some of these bigger sites I think were given money by Sony. Right? It's a trend to hate the Xbox. This is why these people flip flop so quick. They went from loving the Xbox 360 to hating it. Then they just jumped on that Sony train. And what are they playing on Sony? The majority of these people are playing third-party titles. They're not playing Sony games.
The units compared.
It's just amazing that back in the Xbox One era, they kept talking about, well, Xbox has no games. Now they have more games than Sony, and they're like, well, I still don't like them. Why? Oh, because they're non-exclusive, those games. They're non-exclusive. Yeah, but they still got games. They got loads of games, and Sony doesn't have many at all. What do they got? They got a new Ghost of Tsushima with a female lead, which is okay. But like whatever happened to your male-led games there, Sony? You got Horizon, then Ghost of Tsushima, right? Like, where's the dude games? Right? Yeah, it's cool. You know, I could play a game with a lady. I like Tomb Raider, but at some point, it's like maybe we can have another, maybe like a Last of Us with like the story, like a prequel to Last of Us 1, maybe with Joel in it. That would be kind of cool. But they don't want to do that, right? Because we need to have another game with the female lead in it, right? This is how Sony rolls now. They sell their games to a female audience, even though the majority of their audience are males. Kind of odd.
Versus Xbox Series X is way, way, way vastly separated. PlayStation's like way above as far as sales goes by millions. And honestly,
and why do you care? Why? Because a bunch of idiots went out, got brainwashed by the media, and then used their stimulus money and then bought a PlayStation. Because I think that's why PS5 sold out. It's because a bunch of people got stimulus checks from the government and they bought a PS5.
I gotta tell you guys, it's not a bad business move, but it completely breaks the identity of what Xbox was. Because for decades...
Well, how is it breaking the identity, bro? For years, they've been pushing Xbox everywhere. That's what they've been pushing. Xbox on PC, Xbox on cell phones, Xbox everywhere. That's what they call it, Xbox everywhere. And their original slogan when they started the Xbox around the 360 time, the beginning, they said, "Let's play together." It was called Play Together. Okay, they're one of the originators of those funny ads where you have like a whole community of people just like playing, and you see like human beings, like the kind of stuff you see right now, like for Call of Duty, and it's like some pop culture phenomenon, and you have an ad with actors and all this stuff in it. You know, if you know what I mean. It's like those. Say the Call of Duty ads took that. Even Sony took it, where they say that just the way their advertising style, Sony, it looks just like what Xbox did back in 2005 when they put out the 360.
Halo wasn't just a game on Xbox. It was the reason why you bought an Xbox.
I mean, this makes perfect sense that they're doing this because from the very beginning, Sony, Xbox was all about online, right? The whole thing was for people to all play together. Now, it makes perfect sense for the philosophy of the company, and it also makes sense to branch out just to make more money because their whole thing is they wanted to break out of just selling 100 million consoles. They wanted to broaden the audience. They want more people playing games. This is why they were trying to go towards cell phones, right? They want a bigger audience. They don't want to just fight for this 200 million gamers, and that's the end of it. They're all fighting for that one pool of gamers.
This was like their mascot, their system seller. This is the equivalent to Sonic the Hedgehog showing up on a Nintendo console.
It's like the equivalent of Uncharted showing up on the PC, and Spider-Man on the PC, and Horizon on the PC, and Days Gone on the PC. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? It's Halo. It's theirs. It's a first-party title. They can pull it off there whenever they feel like. They control it. So if this sells really well on the PlayStation, they can get the next one that comes out, or they could put out the Master Chief Collection or put them out in parts. They could do all kinds of stuff. There's nothing shocking about this. What's annoying is that people are acting like they didn't know. These guys have been saying it for years now that they want to branch out, and that's exactly what they're doing, right?
If you have Snap or Medic,
so we're gonna watch a little bit more rage bait from another trash channel. Just so you know, people, these guys, they're a bunch of little fucking corny sheep. Because what it is that they make their little corny videos because they don't think for themselves, and they want to go along with the choir. And since it's cool to hate the Xbox, and it's cool to be a little lemming, little sheep, and just go along with the choir and not think for yourself, they're all going to do the same kind of video. And that's why I don't really pay too much attention. I just want to throw up a little when I see this shit. And they just saturate the whole internet with this. I really would have no problem if these companies came in and said, we're just going to start removing your videos because all you guys, there's nothing honest about you. You don't own our system. You don't do reviews of our games. All you do is find little clips of these games on the internet and show them and talk shit. That's all you do. You talk shit all day long, right? And they'll say, well, they're hurting our product. And look, if you don't prove that you own one of these systems or you actually do a legitimate review, then they should just remove your shit, right? Maybe that would raise this. I mean, you don't want to intimidate people, but you want to raise the standards of journalism, right? If you're going to pretend you're a journalist, then maybe you should actually do some real reviews. You haven't got this console in your hand. These guys over here don't do shit except talk out their fucking ass. That's all they do. They come on here and say, Xbox, they had DRM. It's like, so does Sony. Okay? But you still bought a PlayStation. You fucking corny bitch.
Today. I'm not gonna lie, I am doing slightly less good than I was before because I just watched the Halo campaign evolved gameplay, and I'm not gonna lie, I have some issues with it. Now, is it all bad? No, of course not. There are some positives, and I'll go over them. It's just the negatives seem to drastically outweigh the positives. And let me just get this out of the way right now. If this game is not $50 or under, I automatically won't be buying it. From what
automatically won't be buying it because I'm too busy playing Horizon on my PlayStation 5. Oh, yeah. Why do men talk like this nowadays? Why do they sound like half a woman? All right. So you're going to say, again, it's cool they hate the Xbox. But if you hate the pricing, then why aren't you crying about Mario Galaxy? Because people, I don't know if you noticed, but they just re-released Mario Galaxy on the Switch 2, and it's $70. And they haven't done anything with it. There's no remaster. There's no new cutscenes. There's no 2-player, 4-player co-op. It's the same fucking Wii game you played like 18 or 20 years ago. They just threw it on the console. They just emulated and put it on there. It's $70 and no one cares. And another special thing about it is it now has DRM applied to it. So you need to have an internet connection to play your little shitty Mario Galaxy. And if you don't, you cannot access it. Isn't that great? But the Xbox they let you play games from their Xbox 360, which came out at the same time as the Wii. And you could take those games and just pop them right into your Xbox and they work. Right? They just work. And you own them. You physically own them. Now, what can you not do with a Switch? You cannot take your Wii games and pop them into the thing. Right? And play them. Obviously, it's a portable console. But maybe you could copy them and put them on there. Do something. Or maybe you can find a way to make it understand that your customers already own them and that they could play them on there somehow digitally. But none of that's going to happen because every company can be anti-consumer. All of them except the Xbox, which I don't think any company should be able to be anti-consumer. But the way these guys do this, the way these guys frame this is that every other company can do all kinds of dirty shit, but the Xbox can't do anything. They can't, even if they're giving you a product, a good product, with all these new upgrades, new graphics, new cutscenes, new 4-player co-op, none of it means shit because, I don't know, the architecture's shiny, because you can sprint now. I mean, dude, just cry about fucking everything.
Seen so far, nothing justifies this game being $70. Now, granted, we do not know the price yet. For all we know, it could be $50. If so, great. If they try to charge $70, I will tell them to take that $70 and shove it up their ass. But why exactly am I so negative about this? Well, let's go over everything. We'll start with the positive.
We'll start with, it's really trendy to be negative to the Xbox. And I'm just a fucking little corny sheep. And so I'm going to do like everyone else wants me to do.
So, starting off, there are actually going to be 3 brand new missions included with this game, which are prequel missions to the events of Combat of...
Oh my god, they've created 3 new missions. Isn't that funny? This is trash. They put content into it. How dare they? That's what justifies the at least $70 price tag, because there's people on the PlayStation who have never played this. And this is built from the ground up. All right? How much was Dark Souls, people? Or sorry, what was that other one? It was Demon Souls. Am I wrong? I think it's called Demon Souls. That came out at the release of the PlayStation 5. How much did that cost, buddy? Did you cry about the price of that one? Did you? I'm going to make a wild guess and say you didn't. Because it's not trendy to cry about Demon Souls. But it's trendy to cry about anything on the Xbox. Just so you know, people, Demon Souls was just a reskinned version of, it was just a reskinned PlayStation 3 game. And it cost $70 when it came out.
And they apparently involve...
Keep in mind, they didn't add no 3-player co-op to Demon Souls and extra content outside of the PlayStation 3 version. It was just a reskinned remaster. Not a remaster, it was a remake. Just like this Halo game is. It's a remake from the ground up.
Chief and Sergeant Johnson. So who knows, maybe we'll get to see Chief slaying on Reach or something like that. I have no idea. That right there is awesome. I'm glad to see that they're actually adding some new content. Also, the game is coming to PlayStation. Great. I am super happy that all the PlayStation guys will finally get to play Halo, even if, unfortunately, it looks like they're going to be forced to experience the worst version of Combat Evolved. But I'll expand on that.
Unfortunately, they're going to experience the worst version of Combat Evolved. Graphics, awesome new graphics, Unreal Engine 5, and over and what 60 plus frames, with what 4-player co-op, right? And a sprint and all this extra mobility. It's the worst version. Wait, you're saying the worst version was not the one that's sub 30 frames with slow movement and so on? You don't understand. The only reason Halo played the way it did was because of hardware limitations. That's why the guy didn't run around, okay, bro? He's a super soldier. Why can he not run?
A little bit. Regardless, though, the game coming to PlayStation is great.
Yes, I understand the car is supposed to give you, like, it's more empowering when you get in the car, and now you move super fast. But why can't you just run, and then when you get in the car, you go even faster, okay?
More people get to play it, and the game will not only...
But again, these guys just talk right out their fucking ass. He hasn't even played this game, but now it's just a shame that they're going to play the worst version. Funny part about it is if you gave them the OG Halo, as it is, you can make it 120 frames. You gave them that OG Halo, and that was the first time they ever played Halo. Most of those people will probably say that this game is garbage. Even though I really like Halo, and I understand, I played it back then, it still does play well, but a lot of people want to sprint. They want to have this extra mobility. And then also graphically, if you gave them an old Halo now, unless they're a hipster, they're probably going to look at it and say, bro, these graphics aren't up to snuff. I don't care to play this.
Split screen co-op, but it will have online co-op with up to 4 people, and it will be cross-play. So if you're on Xbox and you got a friend on PlayStation, or you're on PC, you got a guy on PlayStation or Xbox, you can play all together.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I haven't seen Sony do that yet, but you know, Xbox is a trash console, garbage leadership, letting people play together on PC, console. Look, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC all playing together? What a fucking scumbag company. They're not like Sony, who just keeps it all in-house, who literally didn't want to do cross-play. You know that? Back in the 8th gen, Sony refused to make their games cross-gen. They didn't want to, not cross-gen. Well, they didn't do cross-gen either. But they didn't want to allow their games to be played with other people on other platforms. They wanted to keep it all on PlayStation. I mean, these guys are so petty that I remember back in the day on the Sony Vita, I typed in Xbox and it literally crossed it out. Within their software on the Sony Vita, I typed in Xbox and it erased it. It censored the word Xbox. This is how petty Sony is. They're a shitty company.
That is great.
I guess they don't want you to sway any customers of theirs into buying an Xbox. I was typing to one of my friends who was on a PlayStation. I was on a Sony Vita. And I was talking about the Xbox One or 360, I forget what it was. And it literally erased my comment. Just the Xbox part. It wouldn't allow me to write the word Xbox. It acted like it was a 4-letter word, right? Which it kind of is, but still.
And I do applaud them for doing that.
It's not a curse word.
That's about all the positives. First off, this game, as expected, because it's being made with Unreal Engine 5, looks very blurry. My eyes were actually starting to hurt when watching some cutscenes because of, like, the jittering effects that were happening. And
now Unreal Engine 5 is blurry. That's news to me.
1440p, and it still looks ridiculously blurry.
Okay, it looks blurry. I've seen it and it was razor sharp.
Crutching off of upscaling like DLSS and FSR.
Okay, it's now its graphics suck. It's frame gen, yep.
Surprise me if they
it's just all negative.
blur on consoles and you couldn't turn it off. There's something very special about Unreal Engine 5 where it's able to make games look so great but also so bad because
that doesn't even make any sense.
Textures and whatnot look amazing, but then you have to crutch on upscaling to make it run somewhat decently, and because of that it looks like smeared crap.
So it looks amazing, but it also looks like crap. Very inconsistent there, buddy. It looks like it looks amazing, but it also looks like crap. That doesn't make any sense. If something looks like crap, you would never say it looks amazing.
Not to mention, during the gameplay showcase, there are several times where you can notice massive stutters in the game. I'm sure you'll notice that there's some stuttering.
Keep in mind, people, the game's not even done yet. It's not even done, and these idiots... Just tell me you don't know about game development without telling me. It's got stutters in it. Yeah, so that tells you that they're being honest. Because if you go and you look at some of the early videos of some of Sony's titles, they literally lied to the public. They put out CGI videos back at E3 in 2005 and said it was real gameplay when it was CGI. And then when they put out the early videos of Last of Us 2, it was computer generated. It was smooth, but it was fake. They did the same thing for the first Last of Us. When they put it out, it was not actual gameplay. They were lying. All they do is lie. So these guys come out and they're always getting a penalty for being honest. All right. This happened the same year. I remember they showed Call of Duty 2 back in the day, and everyone cried about it not being smooth. But keep in mind, that was real gameplay, and the shit Sony was showing was all fake. It was all smoke and mirrors. So they're actually showing you they're showing you footage of an unfinished game, and you're crying about it having stutters in it. It's not optimized yet, bro. It's not done. So look, if you're going to be doing game videos, at least know a little something about game development. All right, buddy?
In the Master Chief Collection gameplay I have going in the background.
You're going to compare a game that's still in development to a finished fucking game?
Very clear. It's not okay that either game has that issue. Also, speaking of visuals, I'm sorry.
What's funny is there's a Sony game called The Last Guardian. That shit came out. The thing was running from 60 to 25 frames, right? And for most of the time, I think it was actually 30 and then dipping down all the way to 22 frames or even lower to like 19 frames. All these game review sites gave that shit 10s, meaning a perfect score. They didn't even acknowledge the fact that the shit was broken as hell. Broken, all fucked up. And they still gave it 10s. It just shows you how fake the gaming media is.
UI is not good in this game. This straight up looks like they copy pasted the Halo 5 UI and then moved some of the elements around a little bit. I mean, seriously, here's the Campaign Evolved UI and here's the Halo 5 UI. It's just so cluttered, and a big...
You notice how he's trying to make like everything's negative? Like he can't say anything positive. He's like, it's mostly all negative. And why is that? Why is it all negative? Because all the shit you're pointing out is retarded. I don't see any problem. I saw the trailer. It's got some stutters, and I know it's gonna because it's not finished. Okay? The thing comes out next year. And then he's pointing out UIs and all this shit that no one pays attention to. Also, the UI looks just fine. Who gives a shit? It's a Halo UI. It's supposed to look like the previous games. Okay? Unless there was some story where they speak about how his visor was upgraded. You know it's a visor, right, bro? That's how he sees all those graphics on the screen. What, they're just going to change all the look of the graphics in the next game? That's not going to be consistent. But the other games, they want it to be consistent. Oh my god, the Needler looks just like the one in the other games.
Reason for this is they're doing the same thing that they did in Halo 5, where for some reason they're trying to show like the kind of outline of the mask with like those lines on the top and bottom of the screen. They kind of form in the shape of Chief's mask, which is just really distracting. Combat Evolved's UI was just fine. It was super minimal. It wasn't cluttered or anything. You didn't have to change it.
Okay.
And yet they made it worse. Even Halo Infinite got its UI right, and that
blah, 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 blah. All right, I'm going to click on... And this is a grown-ass man, too. I could tell from his picture. That's a grown man. And he's just crying and crying and crying.
Ninja Gaiden is back, and I didn't expect to say this.
1 second. I don't even know where the fuck this is playing. Angry Joe Meltdown. I'm going to make a guess at this cornball. This corny dude is probably all rage bait trash videos, but they monetize him, right? Angry Joe Meltdown, Internet Meltdown, mass layoffs. It's over. What's this? It's over. Okay, something about someone's pressing charges, insane copium, apology fail. So it's all negativity from this dirty looking motherfucker. Sorry, he's not dirty. He looks super clean. It's just all negativity. That's all it is, right? 96,000 subscribers. It just tells you how shitty people are, right? That they subscribe to this. This is the one I think we just saw here, actually. Not that guy. Sorry, even though he was negative as well, right? It's all going to be negative. 1 second, I'm just going to type in the word Xbox because I typed in Halo. Now we're going to type in Xbox. Once again, anything that is attached to the Xbox is going to be negative because this is the way people work. They don't think for themselves. They're halfway brain dead. This is why they got a little injection in them, and who knows what that's going to do. They rage about what they're told to rage about, and they love what they're told to love, and then they hate what they're told to hate. And so it's cool to hate the Xbox. They've all been told they should. And so they're just going to keep going on and on and on. And if you ask one of these half of retards why they hate the thing so much, they could never tell you why, because they don't have a thought in their head. All right, so this is why Xbox raises prices. You got some shit that's on fire. All right, what is this? The Xbox next gen situation just got crazy. He does this dumbass face. Okay, Xbox just proved everyone wrong. Tons of Xbox next gen console leaks reveal full PC power, no paywall, and Xbox isn't dead. Okay, I'm telling you, people, these guys got the kind of money that's going to fuck Sony up really, 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 really bad. From what I heard, the rumor is that they're going to, the next Xbox that comes out, they're going to remove the paywall for online play. So what that's going to do is that's going to make them look really good compared to the PlayStation, because PlayStation is making a lot of money with online right now, charging people for online. What's up, Quentin? Let me see if my app works here. 1 second. I don't know why it's not working. Let's see if it's on the screen. Oh, there it is. All right. There's Quentin. What's up, man? All right, so we're going to see what this guy has to say, and then we're going to play a little of the suffering. Before we get into that, remember to subscribe to the Real Food TV, the great channel to man. This is a very late night edition of Food Gaming, all right? All right, let's see some of this guy's amazing hot takes, and we're going to play the game. But once again, people, see the next-gen Xbox will be very premium. From what I hear, it's going to be extremely powerful, but don't be shocked if they put an upgrade port on it, because I think that's like checkmate right there. Because these guys won't even be, they're going to be majorly fucked Sony if these guys do that in the very beginning and Sony doesn't do it. Because they put that upgrade port on there, there's no reason to have a mid-cycle refresh. Not for them, because they'll have no bragging rights. They can't come out and say, hey, look, we have the most powerful console in the market. It's like, no, you don't. Because I could just go buy a 4090 and plug it right into my Xbox. And it just works. Okay, let's hear this.
This weekend was a bit of a rough weekend for our Xbox brothers and sisters, primarily spurned on from the fact that Halo is coming to the PlayStation 5.
And how's that a bad thing? They're branching out, bro. It's for you, it's negative. For them, it's just a new audience. It's more money. It's more revenue. That's all it is, more money. I don't know if you guys ever knew this, but they always released Halo for multiple platforms. It always was on both the PC and the Xbox, okay? It was always branched out. It was never always on one machine. It was on multiple machines.
Saw many of crash outs happening on the timeline and in YouTube videos. Such Xbox.
Now, it wasn't on PlayStation, but it was on
the ship and
PC.
My Xbox and not my Halo. Very riveting content over there. Colt Eastwood, the king of Xbox stuff, actually uploaded a PlayStation 6 related video this morning. It hasn't been going very well over there. But I am the king of Xbox YouTube now, and I'm here to talk about the latest and greatest because a report just went out this morning, and boy, oh boy, do I have some things to say about it. This evidently is a deeper dive into the upcoming Xbox console, all of the features that it will have, some of the cool things.
Just so you know, people, I've been playing the Xbox Ally over the last about week. What I see on that console is It's just people. It's the blending, not just blending. It's muddying the waters on what a console is, and not really. Maybe the muddying the waters is not the best way to put it. It's breaking down a lot of walls when it comes to the console. I mean, you're looking at basically the end of consoles as we know it, and that's not in a bad way. Now it's going to be about what these companies give you, right, as a package. So it's about the ecosystem, and it's about what the package is that they give you. So if they're going to give you, you're going to get a console, then it's like, what deals are you giving me? What's the power of the console, and so on, right? What are your first parties? Maybe they'll have some exclusives there from the Xbox, but they'll be timed exclusives. Nothing's going to be 100% exclusive anymore. So that it's gonna be all about what you give your customer, right? Right now, what these guys do, especially on the Sony side, is they lock you into a console. You buy the console, and now you get whatever the hell they give you. That's it, right? And that's that. You're locked into it. What these guys are doing is it's mostly in a lot of ways about the software, right? And since everything's everywhere, it's about what they're going to do with the software. Is it going to play better on my console? Am I going to get more content? When am I going to get it? Because on the Sony side, Microsoft might be making it where you're not getting these on day one, you're getting them later on. There's a lot of things that are going to happen that's going to shake up the market. And it's exciting to see. So when I see this Xbox Ally and it's got all this flexibility and it's a hybrid console, like to me, that's just so much better than a regular console. This is one of the reasons I love the Xbox Series X, is that I'm able to load the dev mode in there and run all this software. I cannot do that on PlayStation 5. You just can't do it. Now, I mean, you might be able to do it, but it's going to be a big pain in the ass. On the Xbox, they make it very simple to do it. You simply download a free application that's on the Windows Store called Dev Mode, and then you just load all the software into it, and boom! Now you're playing GameCube, you're playing Wii games, you're playing PS2 games, PS1, all kinds of stuff. People, thousands and thousands of games. And one of the things I really love about it is the fact that it's flexible. That's really what it is. And then the new console that they're coming out with is literally a PC hybrid. So on my Xbox Series console, I cannot play PC games, but on my Ally, I can. I can play a bunch of PC games. And in the future, in the next couple of years, from what I hear, it might actually be in 2027, which ain't too far away. And they're going to release this hybrid console, and that's going to allow you to play PC games, full PC releases. Okay? So that's going to give you access to thousands and thousands more games than what the Sony PlayStation has. All right? And anything you played on the PlayStation, any of their past generation consoles, I'm talking about PS3, PS2, PS1, if any of those are on Steam or GOG or any of that, you're going to get the absolute best versions of any of those titles, because now you get the full pool of PC titles. They're letting you use GOG, people. GOG, Steam, Xbox, the Xbox service and all that. So this is a huge, huge, huge problem for Sony. It's big. Because if people can go and they can look at the Xbox and say, oh, bro, look, they got Steam in there. And Steam is giving me access to this title, which is much lower priced, right? And there's all these other storefronts. So if Sony has to get into this hybrid market, then what's going to happen to PSN and to the way they strategize their company, where they want to keep it all in-house and they want to make all all that money on licensing? What's going to happen when they have many storefronts? They want to compete with Xbox. They're going to have to bring all the storefronts into their console. And then along with that, they're going to have to run Windows, most likely, in order to have this kind of compatibility with PC titles. Like, there's all kinds of things that are going to happen with this that is going to really disrupt the market. And I think it's going to fuck Sony up really big time. Big time. And this is why I think they're moving towards free online, so that you can point at the Xbox and look at Sony and be like, whoa, the value on the Xbox is way higher, right? So they're going to disrupt the market in a big way in the very near future.
That it will have as well.
People, they've already started. The Ally is already at Walmart. You can buy an Ally in the Xbox section at Walmart. Okay? It's right there next to the PlayStation 5. And that thing's going to give you access to thousands of PC games, the Steam storefront, the Xbox storefront, all of it. Then you go to PlayStation, that's right next to, Walmart I go to is right next to the PlayStation section. So you can choose this PlayStation that's a closed system, or you can go buy this Ally, which isn't, and it's got all these fucking storefronts and all these games. It's got a lot of value on there. It really is. It really is very, very cool. I mean, I've been addicted to the thing, and I need to play games like that. I'm like playing this thing for like hours yesterday.
There's something that potentially a lot of people are overlooking with this. So if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like the video, leave a comment. It helps with algorithms. And I'm the person that should be in the Xbox algorithm because I'm the king of Xbox YouTube. Windows Central, our good friend.
He says he's the king of Xbox, but this guy's just another cornball who's always negative. That's all he is negative. He's just a clickbaiting bitch. That's what he is. That's what he is. That's what he's always been.
Jez Corden put out this article this morning talking about Xbox's new console.
You got the little smug way of saying everything. You know, it's all smug. Because I'm the Xbox blah, 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 right? Because it's cool to like shit on people like Xbox. But he'll never shit on the Sony fangirls because they are probably his #1 fans of his garbage content.
All of the cool stuff it will do. And I just have a few questions about this article and some of the things that
I have some questions because this sounds positive. Why is this positive? You're supposed to hate Xbox. Don't you know this?
reported within this article. Microsoft's ambitious new Xbox, your entire Xbox console library, the full power of Windows PC gaming, and no multiplayer paywall. The new Xbox.
There you go.
Premium experience, and now we have some details on what it'll look like. Of course, the premium experience thing comes to us from a recent interview.
And you see how he says that? How he has to say it like all smug. Premium, it's all negative. Why are you being positive? You're not supposed to be positive. Like he got to see everything in a fucking negative.
Sarah Bond saying that this is a premium platform, curated stuff, gonna be very high-end sort of stuff going into this console, which all that says to me is this thing is going to be expensive. I'm actually expecting over $1,200 with this console piece.
Very corny, very made up in your head. It's gonna be $1,200 because I said so. People, I said it earlier, with the ability to upgrade the graphics card, right, and have your early pre-cycle refresh in the very beginning, and maybe more so, because if they allow an upgrade port in this thing, then it could blow away anything Sony puts out in the future. They could do all the mid-cycle refreshes in the world. It ain't going to add up to a 4090, okay, or 5090, if you can plug a damn 5090 into it. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but all these mid-cycle refreshes, they only change the GPU. They do not change the CPU. All right? So in the future, what you'll see most likely in the PS6 is a mid-cycle refresh that will just change the graphics card. These guys will give you the ability to change the graphics card whenever you feel like. All right? But then it has that streamlined Windows experience on there. And it is streamlined. I've been messing around with it for a week. It's extremely streamlined. It's very, very good. Actually, in many ways, it's even better than the Steam Deck. And the Steam Deck had years to perfect their OS. And this thing's, in many ways, already beat it. It's really, really impressive. I've been messing around with it, doing stuff with emulation, and I'm moving files around and doing all kinds of stuff very easily. It's much, much smoother than the Steam Deck. I even loaded software onto it. I loaded music software onto my Ally X, and it works perfect. The software works perfect on there.
Hybrid that Xbox is allegedly doing for their next platform, and I don't think that's outside of the realm of possibility. It all kind of comes down to what are the specs of the system? You know, what does it have in terms of, you know, what you can get on a PC or something like that. It seems like PlayStation with the
Sony is fucked. If they have to try to make a hybrid console, they're going to need an operating system. And what do you think? You think they're going to build an operating system from the ground up? Then you have to understand that those games have to be built from the ground up for the operating system that Sony creates. So if Sony wants to make a hybrid console, they're going to have to pay Microsoft because they're most likely going to have to use Windows because that's what all their games run on the PC. It's all on Windows. And I think what Xbox is doing here, it's not going to be beat unless Sony can match it. And they aren't going to be able to. I'm pretty sure Sony's looking at these guys right now and they're shitting their damn pants. Because if any of you guys have played the Ally X, you're going to know the difference between that and a PlayStation 5. That thing's already beat PlayStation 5. Okay, it's done already. They've already beat him. So if they take what they have on that Ally X and put that on a console, checkmate.
PlayStation 6 from the initial reports isn't really going for a huge technological leap, but Xbox themselves have said that this is the biggest technological leap ever in video game consoles, and obviously that's going to come at a premium price point, considering that Xbox is raising prices of pretty much everything. Game Pass, they wanted to do games, they've already done consoles and stuff like that. But scrolling down through this article, which I will link to in the description box down below, no gaming platform in history has been declared dead as many times as Xbox, yet live it still does. Microsoft earned itself plenty of the condemnation when he put the clickbaitery aside. You know, you got to gaslight people when you're reading your article. You think Xbox is in a
he doesn't, it offends him when you say clickbaitery because all this motherfucker's videos are all clickbait. You got to gaslight people. It's like, okay, clickbaiting, bitch. That's all this guy does is clickbait. All of his videos are clickbait.
That position? Well, you're wrong, pal. All these people, all this information.
I've seen his shitty videos before. He's a clickbaiting bitch. That's what he is. That's why he's offended by somebody calling out clickbait.
That's out there. No, it's all good. It's all fine. We want those 30% profit margins. We think it's good to raise the price of Game Pass. We think it's good to raise.
There's nothing wrong with raising the price of a product, bitch. That's their product. If you don't want to buy it, then don't. But it's called capitalism, dumbass. And also, them raising the price of their product makes perfect sense because it made no sense that it was $20. It made no sense when you look at the market, because you have to look at the market, buddy. You have to look at your competition. And Sony has a product that is $20 and it's garbage. PSN Plus or whatever the hell they call it is garbage. At the most, all I did with it ever was play online, and that was it. The games on there are old. A lot of them are garbage. It's mostly filled with streaming shit. I do not want to stream PlayStation 3 games where they look worse than they looked on the PS3 and run way worse. I'm talking about chugging. You got like compression artifacts in there. You have input lag, and they're charging you $20 a month for that shit. The bulk of the content on that shit is PlayStation 3 games being played through the cloud, and they play like garbage, okay? And then there are no new releases. You don't get any new releases on there, like really none, on that PlayStation shit, and that's $20. Now Xbox comes over here and they're like, we want another 20. Well, sorry, not another 20. They want $10 more. And with that, you get PC games, right? First day releases, PC games and Xbox titles on there as well. All of it mixed together. And then on the other tiers, they've also added the added PC games to it. And that tells you that they were doing that in preparation for the release of the Ally X because, you know, it plays PC games and Xbox, you know. It's like an Xbox and a PC. But I'll tell you this. The value difference of Game Pass Ultimate and PSN's $20 plan is night and day. The Xbox is far better. So why would they charge identical to Sony? For what? That's not good business, okay?
The price of the consoles twice.
Doesn't make business sense to give more and then give more than your competition, but charge people the same. All right? They saw that they were losing money. And they were losing money on it because they're giving you Call of Duty day one. And I've seen many people say this, that they only care about Call of Duty's single player. So what's happening is they're not buying the full release and they're just getting it on Game Pass for $20, finishing it, and then not buying it. So for each person that would have bought that title, Xbox is losing $50. You're saying millions, they might be losing millions of dollars. They're losing $50 from 5 million different people. Possibly, you know, or maybe it could be more. Give or take. That from 5 million people who simply want to play the single player, they didn't buy the full release and they just rented it through Game Pass, and then didn't buy the title. That's not good for them. So they raised the price as a reaction to that, which is totally okay because look, there's other tiers, bro. There's other tiers. Xbox has 3 tiers. If you want the cheaper tier, you spend $10. That's the first one. Then they have the second one, which is also a good value. The third one is the top tier. And that's the one where you get first day releases, the day the title comes out. And so Sony doesn't do this for a reason. They don't give you games day one. Actually, I looked on their service. They still haven't even put Spider-Man 2 on there. And that shit came out over 2 years ago. Where is it? But they're charging people $20 and they're getting none of the new releases. So come on, bro. Stop crying about that $10. You don't want to spend the $10. Don't spend it. But don't come on the internet and fucking cry all day for a company that wants to create a tiered system. Because that's just as stupid as crying at cable TV because they have one package that costs $50 and it has more films on it or more channels, right? This one has 3 different HBOs and the other one has 1. And now the other one costs more money. So you're going to cry? No, you just buy the one you can afford and shut the fuck up. Or don't buy any of them at all.
Of course, there's a bunch of just gaslighting here. You know, you've got to gaslight the audience, and oh, the Xbox Ally X PC gaming handheld is sold out in many core markets.
Break free with.
All right, you fucking cornball. You're gaslighting your audience. Why? Because they tell you the Ally X is sold out. Okay, where's the gaslighting? Where is it? Well, I don't see the gaslighting. They're just reporting something that's actually happening. All right, people. Now that we got that little corny clickbaiter out of the way, and we're back to looking at this amazing studio I created on probably one of the best, if not the best, game channel on the internet. All right, 1 second. No clickbaiting bullshit here, people. Don't need it. Just making real content here. Now little cornball's bending over for his shitty, viewership of a bunch of Sony fanboys who just want to hear about how the Xbox is garbage all day. You see how he was all hung up on that thing about the clickbait? And he keeps talking about, what was it? The guy was just going on and on and on about gaslighting. It's like, bro, you're a clickbaiter. You're a clickbaiting piece of garbage. So get over it. We know what you are. We know what you are. Look, I'm going to tell you the name of this guy's channel because I could tell that really hurt him really bad because he knows it's fucking true. His whole channel is built around clickbaiting bullshit videos that no one's going to remember ever. 1 second. I'm going to go into my history. Yeah, the name of his shitty garbage channel is RGT85. He has 526,000 subscribers. And his videos are trash. Absolute fucking garbage. Just talks out of his fucking ass all day long. Okay? Where it's all garbage. Holy, that's sold out? You're gaslighting us. With what? Do you understand what gaslighting even means, you fucking idiot? Let's hear just got more seconds of this retard.
Side, you got to gaslight people when you're reading your article. You think Xbox is in a bad position? Well, you're wrong, pal. All these people, all this information that's out there, no, it's all good. It's all fine. We want those 30% profit margins. We think it's good to raise the price of Game Pass. We think it's good to raise the price of the consoles twice. Of course,
well, last time I checked, Sony's lifted the prices of their game consoles, and Nintendo has $90 games. Are they in a bad position there, buddy? Because last time I checked, supposedly Nintendo is one of the top gaming companies in the world, if not the top right now. The highest selling console of the last generation. That Nintendo Switch was sold more than PlayStation 5 and everything. But guess what? They now sell $90 games in their new trash handheld, which can't hold a candle to an Xbox Ally. Okay, the Ally takes a big old shit on it. Okay? Just got to be honest. If this guy was honest, he would say it, but he's not honest. What's funny is that he's got Xbox advertising all over his fucking page. Oh, no, sorry. That's not his page. That's an Xbox page. I was getting it wrong. I thought that was his page. Yeah, The Outer Worlds Part 2, another classic Xbox game, right? And look at what it says in the corner here. Xbox, play anywhere, right? That's the way they want to do it. The Outer Worlds 2, where's Sony's big releases? Oh, Ghost of Tsushima 3! Or whatever the hell the fucking trash they put out. It's always the same dumb shit. There's no fun in any of that. This is the second one of the Outer Worlds. And just thank the Xbox that they created another one, and I think it's going to be on the PlayStation. And so Xbox is putting out software and Sony isn't.
There's a bunch of just gaslighting here. You know, you've got to gaslight the audience, and oh, the Xbox Ally X PC gaming handheld is sold out in many core markets. How many did they make? Combined with public statement from our sources, the next Xbox is.
You see how he always wants it to be negative? They say it's sold out, and he says, how many did they make? Why isn't this news negative? It has to always be negative.
Starting to take shape. Here's what you need to know and prepare for in the upcoming years. So the Xbox is going to be complete Windows, sort of curated PC Windows experience, complete with your native console library. So this is some of the information that is coming to us here. It's basically going to be, what Phil Spencer said. And there are good points to that. Like, I'm not saying this is like a disastrous idea or anything like that. It's more so the execution, because as the Xbox Ally stands right now, it is primarily a handheld PC with some Xbox functionality. It's not an Xbox that's a PC. It is a PC that is an Xbox. And when you start to talk about things like Windows Gaming PC, one of the things about Windows Gaming and just Windows in general is, of course, the additional bloat that you get from this system. Windows operating system comes with a ton of unnecessary things that nobody needs.
You see how everything has to be negative, right? And obviously, look at this. He has over 500,000 subscribers. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He don't research jack squat. He just wants it to all be negative, so he's going to keep talking like it's all negative. Oh, it comes with bloat. Well, did you not know that they optimized the Windows for this, bro? They actually have two modes in the system where you could do what do they call it? Like a split kind of thing where you have Windows running at the same time, the full Windows, right? And then you have another mode on the same console, and there's actually literally a button on the system that you press, which sends it into an optimized mode, which drops like gigabytes from the system, but it actually gives you back gigs for your games and everything, right? Because it's optimized for purely gaming. There's an optimized setting, and so that's there. So what he's saying here is completely untrue. There is an optimized setting, but you got to keep in mind, if you want to be going back and forth between Windows and the full picture mode, then you have to have the full Windows running. But you have the option to not do that on the system and have sort of like a lower end version of Windows. And it works very well, and it's very impressive. But he don't have an Ally because he ain't even near to a journalist. He's not spending no money on the Ally, because I guess his audience isn't asked for it, and they're a majority probably Sony fanboys. Or a bunch of people who are just lemmings, sheep who just want to go along with the crowd, and they want to hate the Xbox for reasons they don't even understand.
And nobody really wants, but it comes with it. And then you have to know.
And look what he says, no one really wants it. No one really wants Windows. Then what the fuck are you using when you get on a PC? Are you using Windows? What did you build this show on there, Mr. RGT 65 or whatever the fuck your name is? 85. What did you build this video on? Did you use your cell phone to make it? Because I'm pretty sure you probably edited this corny video on a Windows computer. I'm pretty sure he didn't make it on a Linux computer. He did it on Windows. So, what I said it earlier, if you are in a large family and maybe you want a computer, right? You want to have a good computer and you want to have a game system, you could just buy one of these and it gives you both. Right? It gives you all that. If you want to be a person who creates content on the internet, hopefully you're not as retarded as this guy RGT, but you can go and edit all your videos through one of these devices because it allows you to run PC software. So you can run editing software like DaVinci and so on. You can run stuff like OBS, okay?
In order to remove those things, some of which are not removable. And Windows is constantly changing, constantly evolving, and sometimes not for the better. So if you have a lot of resources tied up into this system because of Windows, that doesn't really, strike me as something positive. Complete with your native console library. Well, what does...
He's not bringing it up that it has a stripped down version of Windows on it. It actually has both versions of Windows. It has a stripped down version, which is more tailored towards gaming. And then it has another one that's for multitasking. And you could choose between them at the simple press of a button. If you guys see, I'll show you. I'll point at it. You see this button right here? If you press that button, it actually, if you're like, first of all, this is what you do first. You hold down the X button. When you hold down the X button, it pops up on the bottom of the screen here. It says Xbox full screen experience. And then on the right, it says Windows, right? On the right. And so you push Windows and now it just opens. It opens Windows, but it has both of these running at the same time. So when you push the Xbox button, you have a multi-view and you can see the big screen Xbox experience on the left, and you can see the Windows, full Windows, the whole OS, the whole software of Windows is on the right. Okay. And you could switch between them very easily. Now it takes some resources away from the games. That's just the way it works, because now it's using, you know, some of your hardware to run that Windows. So what you could do is you press this button here. When you press this button here, it pops up another window on the corner, and it says, do you want to go back into the Xbox big screen experience? And so that's curated for gaming. That's more gaming focused, and that's going to take away a lot of the overhead of Windows, so you can run your games better. And they already run fucking perfect. Like, I run the games with Windows on, and the games run ridiculously good. Talking about 100 plus frames on Call of Duty, the Black Ops 6. Shit's over 120 frames on a handheld. That shit looks amazing. I remember I was on there playing this shit for like 2 hours the other day. Just playing Call of Duty like I was playing it on a PC or on a console. It's so smooth, you don't feel like you're really losing anything, and it looks great. Okay, not only that, but the rumbles and the control is crazy. It's like a super haptic feedback. It took all the impulse triggers and it's throughout the entire system. So when you slide on the ground in Call of Duty, you can feel all these rumbles in the control and all this. Extremely detailed, very, very impressive device. Along with that, it has all the gyro aiming. So you're like, instead of using a mouse, you aim with the entire control by moving it around. You can shoot at targets with the whole control instead of a thumbstick. That's the way I play it. It's amazing. The thing is amazing. It is an amazing console, and I own a Steam Deck. And this thing actually, in a lot of ways, is far better than a Steam Deck.
That mean, because one of the things that I find very interesting is that, they say, oh, well, it's going to feel like a traditional Xbox console out of the box. The onboarding experience is similar to what you get today on console. And if you choose, you can remain fully inside the Xbox ecosystem, never touching Windows itself. Exiting out to Windows.
So there you go, people. Once again, like I said, on the Xbox Ally, you don't have to go into the Windows. You don't. But you definitely would want to, because it gives you a lot more flexibility when it comes to modifying games, when it comes to downloading games, like things like older titles from like Steam, which actually you could do that in the big picture experience too. You still don't have to go into Windows in order to run Steam on this thing. And it just gives you more flexibility to use Windows. So I don't know why you wouldn't. You can run emulators, all that. I already got all kinds of emulated games on my ROG Ally, and it was ridiculously easy. It was easier than doing it on the Steam Deck.
Those will be those who want to access games traditionally not available, including PlayStation games on Steam, mouse and keyboard games, even classic games like GOG and the like. But then you kind of run into the problems that I'm talking about here. And I want to get back to...
This is too positive. Let's get negative over here, people. Let's get negative. Why is this so positive?
To the other thing that I was saying, but I do think this is a good pivoting point here, because if it is just a one-to-one replication with the option to go into Windows, why are PC gamers going to want that when they already have Windows and they have GOG and they have Steam already on there? Why are console gamers...
You want to know why? One of the reasons why, from a person who actually knows what the fuck he's talking about, unlike you, because the overhead on this is less. Because this has a curated Windows experience that's made for gaming. It drops gigs off of the overhead of Windows. So it focuses more towards gaming. This device was created for gaming. This is like a new version of Windows that's been specifically tailored for gaming. Not only that, but you're getting the best of both worlds on this thing. It's a really, really impressive piece of tech there. And I'm seeing it right now with the Xbox Ally. And that is the OS that's going to be in the new system. And the fact that, I mean, obviously, look, people, if he even played the shit, he wouldn't be positive, but because his entire audience wants him to be negative. That's it. He's not an honest person. He's a piece of shit. I don't know him, but the fact that I see his videos and all of them are negative, and he's getting ad revenue for all this negativity, shows you that he's probably doing this on purpose.
Going to want to buy this.
Basically, he has an agenda.
If they're not going to utilize the things that they can already utilize.
Yeah, and most people will be utilizing it. They will be utilizing Windows on there. They don't think they're going to, but they're definitely going to.
That are available right now.
And guess what doesn't have Windows? The PlayStation doesn't have Windows. It doesn't. Okay? You can't run GOG on a PlayStation. You can't run Steam on a PlayStation. And I'm pretty sure you most likely never will unless this Xbox really starts kicking Sony's ass. This is going to be a big problem because Xbox is heavily invested in software. Sony is trying to hold on to their golden goose. They are not invested in software, but they're invested in pretending that third parties are first parties, okay? That's their big game, is to pretend that third parties are first parties. And so they can lock everything up on their PlayStation platform when we're all stuck in a bubble. But this new Xbox is going to have a Windows OS. Okay, it's going to run through. It's got the big picture mode, but it's got a Windows OS. So there's no more games being locked away, right? There's no more locked away because day one you could play Silent Hill 2 on a PC. A lot of these games that Sony has stuck on that PlayStation and not allowed them on the Xbox, they have been on the PC day one. So now it's not just you're not stuck in the Xbox ecosystem. So yes, Xbox won't have them in the traditional way, but they will have them on the other storefronts. For example, Death Stranding is on the Xbox storefront. You can play it on Xbox. It's in Game Pass, but you cannot play it on an Xbox, on an Xbox console. I don't know what kind of dealings they have, but it's never come to the Xbox console, but it's on the PC. So you can play that on the ROG Ally, and most likely you will be able to play that game on your next Xbox, the console that comes out. It will be on there because the full Xbox storefront for the first time will be on console. Right now it's not, because this Xbox that's out right now does not play PC games, but the next one will. It will have all of the Xbox content on it, right? So Game Pass has now got all those Xbox games plus their PC games that they have only, they're on the PC. I don't know if you guys play Xbox Game Pass on PC, but there's a lot of titles on there that aren't on the Game Pass on console. This is going to be a big deal, and this is going to disrupt the gaming industry in a very big way. This is going to pull a lot of power away from Sony. They may not know it yet, but if people really gravitate towards this thing, Sony's going to have to make some big decisions. And what it's going to do is it's really going to open the gate, and it's going to pop that bubble that that console gaming has been for decades. It's going to open up everything. Okay, it's going to be the PC and consoles are going to be interchangeable. It's going to be like almost the same thing, except on this device, you're getting way more flexibility.
Console gamers have...
In a lot of ways, people will be introduced to older content as well, because this thing's going to let you play older PC games. And people are going to be emulating like crazy, like never before, probably.
PCs, like you're probably watching this either on a mobile device or a PC. It's not like I'm on a PC right now. I have multiple PCs in my...
Oh, look at this guy. He says he's on a PC right now. So you're using Windows right now, huh? Isn't that funny?
house, yet I still prefer console gaming because of the...
He says he prefers console gaming. Well, what if I told you that the Windows experience on the ROG Ally X in many ways is actually smoother than doing it on the PC, especially PC gaming. It's smooth on there, very smooth on the Xbox Ally X.
Ease of setup and just, jumping straight into it.
Dude doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't. And he admitted that he's on a fucking PC right now using Windows. What a joke. Anyway, people, we're going to play just a little bit of The Darkness. I'm going to see if I got it set up. There it is. I'm going to see if give me one moment. Okay. All right, so this is The Darkness running on the Xbox Series X. Before we get into, remember to subscribe to The Real Food TV. You're watching Food Gaming Live. All All right, they hate the Xbox so much. I'm running this on the Xbox right now in native 4K. This is running at native 4K, okay, on the PlayStation 2. Hopefully this works. My control right now is doing some weird shit. Okay, I think it's working now. Just so I can set up the controls. All right, this game is called The Suffering. If you guys ever played it. I've never beat it. I tried to play it a few weeks ago on the PC and it was bugging out. I actually played a game called Kane and Lynch the other day on my Ally X, and for some reason it plays absolutely perfect. On the PC it has tons of compatibility issues. You'd be lucky if you even get the thing to run. But on the Ally X I had no problem. The thing runs freaking perfect. It's crazy. We're just gonna play a little bit of this for the spooky season. Right, gonna see if I got my dipping controls on. Okay. What the F? Alright, there it is.
Why buy a new computer when you can save money?
All right, classic gaming, people, horror gaming. And this spooky month, Halloween is just a couple of days away. Right, we might be doing another one of our horror radio shows before the end of spooky season, but the horror radio will continue even after. Okay.
I've done this, and I still hate it. I swear, Abbott's full enough already.
At least when you escort an inmate to death row, you know he's scheduled to get what he deserves.
Ernesto, you can really be a jackass. You know that?
But you hear what this one did?
I don't want to know. And you know when
He beat his ex-wife to a bloody pulp. Killed her with his fists.
Look, I said I didn't...
Then he drowned one son in the tub and threw the other out a window. Don't ask me to cry for him.
Inmate, is this true?
Oh, he won't say. Claims he blacked the whole thing out. A likely story. The needle's too good for him. Filthy inmate. They should all die.
Willie's bed isn't even cold yet, and already they brought in a new guy.
I heard he killed his old lady and kids. Sick motherfucker.
Be quiet, you jerry-curled fool. Don't you know who that is?
Why should I?
That's Torque, the man himself. Word is he shielded half the Aryan Brotherhood over at Easton.
So fucking what? I can understand a guy killing his old lady, but he popped his kids too. Motherfucker deserves to be strapped down and dosed.
You believe what the COs tell you, Slick? You don't know shit about the man. I'm telling you, what I heard, he's all right.
All right, people, so I'm playing this at 4K right now on the Xbox Series X. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty damn good. I'll tell you that. Pretty sharp looking PS2 game.
I decide who I respect, shit boy. Don't you go telling me.
Quiet down in there. Some of you want to go back on the low? I didn't think so.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Neighbor. Nice to meet you. My name's Floyd. How long you got till your turn on the table, huh? You all out of appeals? Your lawyer fuck you? I read about your trial. They got no witnesses, all circumstantial evidence. No one knows what really happened but you. But you can't remember a thing, is that right?
Best not to listen to him talk. Floyd's a degenerate parasite. They should have slapped the cuffs on him coming out of his mama's
At least
trunk.
I know Jesus is with me, man. Whatever I've done, the Reverend says Jesus has forgiven me.
Will you shut the fuck up, you baby-raping, sodomizing sack of shit?
I was just asking the man a question, Goose. Whoa.
What the fuck is this shit?
It's an earthquake.
What the hell's going on?
The internet.
CO, you gotta let us out. We're still humans, man.
The whole
we got
fucking place is...
We're still humans and shit.
Sweet Jesus, what the hell was that?
Slick, you okay, man?
Is the prison collapsing? Are we sinking into the ocean? CO! CO! What the hell's going on?
Slick, what in the fuck just happened? Slick! Slick! Goose, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I still got the weight in his hand.
That's what you're thinking. I didn't touch that.
What was that? Goose? For fuck's sake, what's going on?
We forgive those who trespass against.
That was close. I thought we were done for. We gotta get out of this shit camp before it collapses. Shit. There's something in here. It's in here! Help me! No!
Guy's pretty veiny, man. What the hell? He's got all these blue veins all over. Oh, this is all inverted. You gotta fix that. All right, it's good now. For some weird reason, it inverts your aim.
Inmate, back in your cell. Everything's under control.
That's not good. The scale in this game is really effed up. Look how big that pack of cigarettes is. It's a huge pack of cigarettes, man. Look how big that shank is. My God, it's massive. It's like a big thing in the 90s with games. They would always have like these cameras. You could look in them. I feel like they felt very proud of that. You saw stuff like this in Duke Nukem. It's one of the first ones I think I saw this kind of thing in. All right, 1 second. Is my mic loud enough? Check, check. Check, 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 check. And I'll bring this up just slightly. Check, check. All right. That's good. Hopefully it's not too loud. Okay, so. All right, now it seems too loud. Check, check. All right. So yeah, that's a great way to go back and play some of these older titles. Just go and play, you know, anything. PS2, GameCube, Wii. A lot of stuff you can play on this Xbox. It's really awesome. And the stuff looks great. You know, this is in 4K. Looking pretty damn good. Running better than it ever ran on a PS2 and looking way better. And a lot of these titles, they have some problems on the PC now when you're trying to get them to work. You know, you'd be sitting there for like an hour or something more trying to make these older games work on the PC, but you can go find, you know, these console versions of them, and they work very good on emulators. And this is one of them.
Thank God I made it into the light. I think I'm safe in the light. You've got to get me out of here. No!
You got covered in blood there, man. I just cleaned this shirt.
Anyone read me? What's going on? Is it arrived?
It's a big ass red button. The button really have to be that big?
I can't see what's going on. I hear sound, but when I shine the spot down there, it's like everything scampers out of the way. I can't see well enough. Shit, get away from me! Man, I killed it. That thing's impossible. Like some kind of
I feel like it's an awesome setting for a horror game, isn't it? Like you're trapped in a haunted, like a place that's haunted. It's a great idea. I feel like they definitely should bring the Suffering back. I don't know why they haven't done a remaster. If anything, I feel this is a great IP for these companies to buy, like Sony or Xbox, and just redo a new Suffering from the ground up. I think that'd be pretty awesome. Even maybe redo this one.
Get out of there. That
I think they were kind of bad on this island before, you know, the island. You're saying the island brings out the worst of them. It's like they're all here for like crimes that they did, okay? Why are you trying to blame the island for what they did, huh? All right, I think I already went through there. Okay, so not too sure. Oh yeah, that's the dead guy. So it's the one who got banged into the bars while being stabbed or impaled. It always sucks being impaled. That dude that killed him looks sort of like the character Voldo from what's the name of that game? Soul Calibur. Wow, it sucks. Die!
Hold it right there, or I will cut you down. You hear me, inmate? Do you hear me?
Yeah?
Ah, to hell with protocol. Everything's going to shit. Right now, I prefer a murdering scumfuck from the road to one of those monstrosities. We got a better chance to survive if we stick together. But you will do exactly what I say, or I will punch a hole in your sorry ass. Got it?
Yes, I got it.
When I've seen these bastards spawn, prefer to stay in the dark. Go get a flashlight from the break room down the hall. And no funny stuff, or I will blow your head off. Comprende?
Reminds me of The Darkness. Not, the game The Darkness, how you have like that voice that's telling him to like do all these horrible things. He's telling him to kill him and all that. But this predates The Darkness by a few years. All right, can I get in there? All right, so it must be down the other hall.
What are you waiting for? An engraved invitation? Move it!
This is back when video games started getting like flashlights. A lot of this stuff started, I think, around like the release of Silent Hill, because I remember Silent Hill had a flashlight in there that looked pretty cool. The effect. Yeah, Doom had a lighting in the games. That's sort of like realistic lighting systems. But I feel like Silent Hill really was the one that really pushed it home. It looked really great, even on the PS1. That lighting system in there with that flashlight looked awesome. Splinter Cell's really that pushed the whole lighting mechanic to it pushed it real far, and they really haven't done it like Splinter Cell since.
All right, you got a light.
Splinter Cell, you would shoot the lights out. They made it a game mechanic.
If I need to shoot more of those fuckers, I will not hold my fire on your account. You read me?
Ah, this guy's mean, huh? What you got in here? We got a giant bottle of pills.
What in God's green earth is your fucking problem?
I'm doing shit, man. I flushed out with my foot. Don't want to get germs on my hand.
We're as good as dead if we stay here. We have to go downstairs to get out. Get your ass in gear.
How big those bullets are. Damn, that was crazy.
We have to go downstairs to get out. Get your ass in gear.
Get out of my way. I don't need you to kill. I can kill myself. I mean, I can kill things myself. You fucking pervert. Die! Die, pervert, die!
You handle yourself all right for an inmate. Carnate Island's got a strange history, and Abbott is one fucked up hoosgow. And let me tell you, we better stay away from the fucking basement. If things are bad up here, down there, it's gonna be like the mouth of hell.
Do you really need to curse that much?
God damn! What the hell was that? I gotta check it out. Stay here.
I'm gonna stay here, you idiot. Oh shit. But did it kill him? What the F? Oh, give me that gun, you son of a... Damn, I was starting to like that guy. The way he said to go... Oh, well, shit! The way he told me to go fuck myself. It's very, very pleasant. It says he was getting executed. This guy's a germaphobe. He don't like to flush any toilets with his hands. That's some very blue water. This guy's lost his head. There's a bottle of pills. Don't mind if I do. They took that from Max Payne. You know, Max Payne, you use pills as your energy. It's going back to the classic games where you used to eat like chicken and all that. These guys were a little more edgy, so you take pills in order to like get your energy back. They're all drug addicts. But why do you call it Max Payne if he's taking painkillers the whole game? It's kind of odd. Fitting. It was really fitting in the third game where they turned him into like an alcoholic. They turned him into basically a drug addict, and it's kind of what he was. And only it was part of the game mechanic to take those pills to like heal yourself. About the F. I gotta put fuse in there or something. I don't know why you would pull it on the other end of the door. Okay, so that one opened. Oh. Okay, now it opens. Dude got stitches on his face. Let's if I catch him when he jumps down. All right, where's this other asshole? Did I kill him already? Yeah, a lot of pills around here. Yeah, flush that toilet. Someone left a turd in there. That's disgusting.
Hey, can anybody hear me? You've got to let me in. They're all dead out here. I lost my keys. Open the door, please. Is anybody in there? They're everywhere.
Well, I set off the metal detector. You know, I'm going to see if I can save this because it's pretty late. This is a late night edition, people. I'm going to be getting out of here real soon. All right, we're going to save it. All right, let's go. No need for memory cards on this one, people. It all saves right into the Xbox. Save successful. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what else I got on this system. We're going to leave the Xbox. Go to the Duck Station. Again, I'm playing this on an Xbox Series X console. So I have a lot of options. This Duck Station, you can change the backgrounds and everything if you like. Right? It's pretty damn cool. Just got to say it. It plays just a little bit more of something else. We're going to be coming back to the suffering. All right, you're watching Foo Gaming live. I was going to say Foo Sports. We do so much sports content on this channel. If you want to support the Real Food TV, people, our Venmo's in the description of the video. All right, what you're listening to right now is Mos Def on the Blade soundtrack. One moment.
Right here's where the end gon' start at. Conflict, contact, combat. Fight a sin where the land is marked at. Settle the dispute about who the live is. 3-word answer, whoever survived this. Only one of us could ride forever, so you and I can't ride together. Can't live or can't die together. All we could do is collide together. So I'll skillfully apply the pressure. Won't stop until I'm forever one. A doorstep where death never come. Spread across time till my time never done. And I'm never done. Walk tall, why ever run? When they move, if I ever come. Bad man never fret reward. Tell them come, General, we are gonna start the march. Fire fun. I against die. Flesh in my flesh, your mind on my mind. Two of a kind, but one won't survive. My image is reflecting the enemy's eye. And his image is reflecting mine at the same time. I against die. Flesh in my
All right, got some glitches going on here. One moment. All right, 1 second, people. Just setting up some of my audio stuff here. Okay. All right. All right, so there's a glitch here with this software, Duck Station. I think it's because it's trying to go to a previous save game I have in this software. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut the software down and restart it and see if I can get that to start. So this is just another example of some PC software running on an Xbox, but this isn't running through Windows. This is just running through the Xbox OS using what they call dev mode. All right, so I'm running Duck Station, which is software that you find on a PC. Okay. One moment. There's a little bit of the screen showing at the bottom that annoys the hell out of me. One moment. I'm going to fix that real quick. I'm going to see what other software I have here while I'm messing around with these settings. Nightmare Creatures on there. Just going to show you some of the software I have on here. I mean, you could load thousands of games onto this thing. They all run at like 4K and higher resolutions and everything. All right, there's a PS2 emulator. Got a lot of stuff here. Area 51, Fight Night, Kill Switch. Got the first Killzone on there. All being emulated on the Xbox Series X console. They also work on the Series S console. And if you want to do any of this stuff on the new Xbox, on the Series, on the Xbox Ally, the stuff is a breeze on there. It's even easier to do it on there than it is on the OG, on these Xbox consoles. I'll play a little bit of this before I get out of here. All right. This is the original Red Dead Revolver. All right, people. So this is where it all began in the Red Dead Revolver series. Back on the, I think this was on the PC, the OG Xbox, and the PS2. I thought obviously the OG Xbox was the best looking version, but they're pretty much the same game. And by pretty much, I mean they're absolutely the same game. The game just runs and looks better on the original Xbox. But now running on the Series X, it's 4K, and there is no issues at all with performance. You know, with any kind of frame rate issues, hiccups, anything, and it's razor sharp. Some picture options here. Let's check them out. Brightness. This lets you adjust the screen. They have a widescreen mode. Horizontal position. It's already a widescreen, but it might be a forced widescreen. I'll see if I just put the widescreen on, see what that does. It still looks, maybe it might look a little more stretched. That's why I don't want it to happen. Okay. Back, we're going to check out some of this gameplay showdown. Just want to go to regular single player. Journal. See, how do you get to the story mode in this thing? Okay, it's a bit kind of odd. So there it is, story mode. We'll type in Foo. All right. Nope, not. No. Didn't want to put that D in there. Okay. X. I'm going to press the X button. Is that going to make this work? All right, go to end. There you go. New game. That's the character from the first from the sequel to the title, which is called Red Dead Redemption. Subscribe to the Real Food TV, people. It's pretty damn good. Once again, you're watching Food Gaming Live.
Son, our troubles are finally over. We hit a vein of gold as wide as a locomotive that runs clean through Bear Mountain.
Hey, Pa, where'd you get that?
Isn't she a beaut?
Yeah. Can I hold it?
She's one of a pair, only two in the whole world.
His damn finger right on the trigger.
My partner
It's not the way you hold a gun.
Special to symbolize our
There's a reason why there's a trigger guard around a gun. So you don't put your finger on the trigger.
But for now, why don't you take my old pistol? Go on down to the river and practice while I give your ma her gifts.
Oh my god, is that sexual? Well, I'll give your mom her gifts. What the hell? He just gives this kid a gun just so he can go do stuff with his, lady. Right. Oh, wait a second. 1 second. I'm adjusting. It's just a couple of audio things over here, people. I enjoy the style of the music. It's very similar to, like, old westerns. And that's what they were going for. Yeah. Okay. This is being, once again, this is being played on an Xbox Series X console. It's in 4K and all the bells and whistles and stuff and things. It's cool that they tried to like put reflections on the water, make it a little more realistic looking, I guess. All right.
Red Harlow, what are you doing to my pots and pans?
Now don't henpeck the boy. Next trip into town, I'll buy you a whole bunch of new pots and pans. Red, up the hill and quick, boy. We're getting raided.
I'm coming, Pa.
The kid's down by the river. Go get him.
I didn't even learn to shoot yet.
You better shoot to kill, boy.
I don't even have a gun. Where's my gun? I don't know how to take my gun out. Wait, I didn't even do anything. He just died. What the hell? This must be glitching because I don't have a gun and he just dropped dead out of nowhere. Where's the gun? I don't have the gun. Oh, there it is. That's the gun. There you go. Then that dude just died randomly. I guess you gotta hold the, you have to hold the left bumper and that's what takes the gun out. What's funny is that other guy just dropped dead, but I assume his dad shot that guy.
Come on, Red. It's now or never.
I'll get you, boy. There you are. You got lucky once, kid, but it won't happen again.
I decided to kill him, people. I had to.
Pa, Pa, get up, Pa. Pa, Pa, get up, Pa. Pa, Pa.
Kid, I reckon your pa's better off dead. Him being such a yellow belly and all.
Ah!
He shot his whole arm off. That's funny. He shot the guy's arm off, and they just like, yeah, I guess, you know, the kid, we did kill his paw. Just let him get revenge later on. All right, shot his arm off. Shot his freaking arm off. All right, so this is Red Dead Revolver. All right, we're going to see what else we got here on the emulator. PS2 emulator. Maybe we'll watch a little bit more of this. I'll probably play through the full game later on the channel.
Oh, easy there, friend. Come on over here. Come on now. It's too dangerous for a man to be walking around in these parts. I deal in weapons and goods, see? I would have offered you more than but a gang of ruffians done run me off of my... well, I didn't,
You holding out on us,
no,
old man?
What
the hell are you looking at? Fill 'em full of lead.
Son of a, they're trying to kill me, people.
Use my wagon for cover. I'm over here. Take cover. Find some cover.
All right, so we're gonna look at some more of the games on here. So again, 1 second. I'm gonna see how you change titles. Anyway, we'll quit out. We'll go back in there. All right, we're checking to see what other titles we got here. I think I got God of War 2, which is a God of War game I never completed. But Kill Switch was kind of one of the big inspirations for games like Gears of War. All right, we'll just check out a little of that. Maybe we'll get out of here after that because it's pretty late, people. There's a late night edition of the show. Namco. The makers of Time Crisis, right? And Tekken. Making a cover-based shooter.
Initiating data.
Say my name, say my name.
Welcome to the Training Simulator data stream. This program was designed to gauge Neuralink compatibility between mission control.
Neuralink, huh?
Sim, huh? Yeah, I thought I was working with a professional.
You're only human.
Why do you need me then?
You're gonna utilize your talent in an entirely different manner than you were expecting.
That explains the complicated setup.
Oh, it's a hint of things to come. The rules of the game are gonna change. The tech you'll be using on the field is a prototype. If you can handle it, and by that I mean control it, you'll have the job.
Let's get the party started.
Can you handle that? Can you hold that cannon?
Aiming and firing. Position the aiming reticle over the target. Now fire your weapon.
I think I made the sensitivity a bit too much.
Notice the recoil? Remember.
Yeah, I made that aiming a bit too sensitive. It's got weird kind of aiming.
Use short controlled bursts. Lay on the trigger too long. In the ceiling. Try to destroy these targets.
Yeah, I can't shoot for shit. It's because it shoots, it like moves in these huge portions of the screen. It's pretty crazy. Maybe, I don't know what the sensitivity was, and I'll make it 1. It's very hard to aim, people. I played this on using gyro aiming on the PC. It's kind of hard to aim with a controller. It feels weird. I'm also playing it through the OBS software, so it's a little laggy, the controllers. The game itself runs at a solid 60 frames. It's a PS2 game that's 4K and runs at 60. Well, obviously it wasn't 4K on the PS2, but on the Series X it is 4K.
Grenade throwing. Let's see how well you can handle a grenade. Try throwing a single grenade into each container. If you run out of grenades, there are more on the table. You can throw grenades over long distances, or you can toss them out in front of you. Some grenades have an effective kill radius of 8.
Anyway, I'm going to play this on the channel at some point too. I've never completed this title, but I'd like to play through the whole thing. But as you guys could see, the cover system, it's got like a sticky cover system. It's not as smooth as Gears of War, but it is in some ways similar. The guys, you know, all the body armor, they even kind of look kind of similar to Gears of War. It's got a pretty nice cover system. Probably one of the best ever made on that era of consoles. You know, Xbox and PS2. You can crouch and walk around. You can't even crouch and walk around in Gears, but that was by that was their choice. They didn't want that to happen. They wanted you to do what they called a roadie run. And that's the way you get kind of low and you run around. In this title, you can move slowly and crouch. When you run, you have to be standing up, yeah. See if I can pass this part.
Action. You may need to interact with a number of different things on the field. For example, enemy weapon emplacements. Move to the third up ahead. Use it to take out the target.
There's also inspiration from Max Payne, you could tell in most of these third-person shooter games. I'm trying to shoot this fire hydrant. Can't do it. Fire hydrant, this, I call it the fire hydrant. Wow, it's very late, people.
Welcome to the intermediate course.
Fire extinguisher. That's how you say it, right?
targets as you can before the timer expires.
Let's take out these damn targets.
You should be able to do better than that. Please proceed to the next area.
I don't want to do better than that because it's going to take too long. I got to adjust the controls on here.
We are going to measure how many targets you can destroy while circling. You will have 15 seconds. Oh my. Mediocre. Mediocrity is what separates a good soldier from a dead one. Please do better on the field. Proceed to the next area.
Anyway. Super late, people are going to be showing some of these games in the future. They're pretty damn cool, and the Xbox pretty damn awesome. Just pointing out a lot of negativity going on the internet doesn't end because these people are a bunch of fucking sheep. That's what they are. And they go along with the little crowd of people that don't even know why they're hating what they're hating. They built all these negative videos. You saw that guy. He couldn't say anything positive. Everything's negative. And that's why I kind of hope for the downfall of that PlayStation shit, because these people just don't stop. It's corny. It's just really corny. And they do it. It's like they do it on behalf of Sony, it seems like. They go buy a PlayStation and then they hate on any other system. It's like, why? Bro, you didn't buy it. So there you go. Just shut the fuck up and talk about your PlayStation or something. It's just corny stuff. And I own a PlayStation. I own an Xbox. I think the Xbox is a great console. I think the PlayStation is okay. I prefer the Xbox, but the PlayStation, it's very good to play PS4 games on. And with that said, people, I'm going to be getting out of here. All right. But before I leave, remember to subscribe to The Real Food TV. We'll be coming back at you real soon with new content, sports content, the return of horror theater, horror radio, food theater, and so on, all our many shows. All right, guys. And I'm going to probably be doing a sports show really soon. I wanted to do it a few days ago. Didn't have the time to do it. But I will be doing it. You want to know why? Because we're the greatest ever, people. And we don't stop. We just keep getting better and better. YouTube doesn't want to allow us to monetize the channel. But that's because they're trash. Fuck you, Cylinder. I've seen all kinds of people on this channel. They don't even talk. They put out video. I saw a video, a guy today on the channel. He's literally making videos. He's just showing off different videos of Michael Jackson he stole. And they monetized him. So what the F's up with our channel, you Cylinder? Shit Cylinder. Anyway, it doesn't matter anyway, people. But if you want to support the channel, you can support us through our Venmo. It's in the description of every video on the channel. You've been watching Foo Gaming Live. All right. We're going to be back real soon. And we're going to be beating some games. All right. I'm going to show you the gaming board. 1 second. Some of the games we're working on. We got The Suffering in there now. All right. Give me one moment as I bring up the Foo Gaming achievement board. It's loading right now, people. It's effing loading. It's taking a little while. One moment. All right, so that's some of the games we beat on the channel. You see on the right there, Never Ending Nightmares, Silent Hill, The Short Message, which was a long message. The game went on for a little while. It's pretty good, decent game. Recently, I beat Alex Jones, the game. And then on the bottom, you have the best undisputed player in the world. I am the best at Undisputed, the boxing video game, which needs work. All right, some other games we're working on is, what is it? Killzone Shadowfall Punch-Out, 80%. I got to come back to that. Kung Fu, Condemned Criminal Origins, Last of Us 2, I haven't started yet. God of War 2, I started, but I kind of fell behind, so I'm going to start it from the beginning again. We'll be playing that soon. Got 1 on the PlayStation. I beat 2 of the 6 levels. Well, actually, I'm on the 2nd level of 6. There's only 6 levels on that title. You got Gunsmoke. I think I had another title in there. I don't know why it's not in there, but we'll add another. Maybe we'll add another one to the list. All right. This is the wrong font. 1 second. It should be that chalk font, I think. Which I don't know which one that is. I think it's this. All right. All right. So we have a new one added to the board that we want to beat. I don't know how far I was in it. I don't think I was very far into the game. I don't know why that's blue. You gotta change that, make this official. That is not supposed to be blue. That's supposed to be white, people. It's chalk. It's effing chalk. It's also the wrong font. Let's fix this. I have to fix this. It's gonna drive me insane if I don't. Okay, I think that's it. Nope, that's in script. All right. Nope, that's way too clean. 1 second. The illusion has been broken. I have to find the chalk thing. I think that's okay. That's kind of chalk. Kind of. Anyway, that is The Suffering. All right, we're going to be beating that on the channel. But till next time, people. I got to save this first. The Suffering has been added to the achievement board. It's going to happen, people. The Suffering. And I want to play through God of War. That's one I've been wanting to beat for a long time. But with that said, people, I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. Have yourselves a good one. Have a good night. You've been watching Foo Gaming Live, one of the greatest shows on the internet, greatest gaming shows ever. And fuck all these other people with their biased, garbage, hot takes, where they fucking hate everything and all they do is put hate videos out nonstop. We're sick of that shit. But we'll be talking about the world of boxing real soon, a sport that really frustrates me. But that has nothing to do with gaming, so see you guys later. And love us like we love you. See you later. Bye. Have a good night, everybody. Good night. Once again, remember to subscribe to The Real Food TV, the greatest channel on demand. All right? It is pretty damn amazing, people. It really is. This show is about gaming preservation and just, for the most part, the love of games. And we do point out a lot of the BS in the industry and in the gaming media. And that's what we did today. Most of it was pointing out the bullshit. These scumbags just don't get over it. I mean, they're very dishonest and they're always negative. They just want to hate the Xbox just to hate it. And if you ask these people, if you like the Xbox ecosystem and the platform, then tell these people, what do you hate about it? And they most likely won't tell you what it is. And if they come out and they say they talk about DRM and they don't own a console and they own a PC, and they support Steam, then they're full of shit, because Steam, you own nothing on Steam. All right? You don't own anything on most of these storefronts except for like GOG and in some ways, piracy. If you go out and you just copy games, and look, if you own the physical copies of these titles, you should just go out and see what you can do when it comes to getting them natively on your consoles or your PC, all right? But with that said, for the last time tonight, have a good night, everybody, and thanks for joining us. And see you later.